Stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives.
Just over 2 weeks ago, one of the government's top science advisors, Professor Neil Ferguson, quit after admitting breaching the lockdown when he invited his girlfriend to visit him.
Children should not be left with older grandparents or older relatives who may be particularly vulnerable.
Mr. Cummings didn't stay at his home in London, where he was filmed earlier this year. Instead, he travelled more than 250 miles to see his elderly parents in County Durham. The police there issued a statement tonight saying our officers were made aware of reports that an individual had travelled from London to Durham and confirmed that the individual in question was present. Officers explained to the family the guidelines around self-isolation and reiterated the appropriate advice around essential travel.
The scientific and medical advice behind the self-isolation is obviously to take people who are symptomatic out of the public domain and anybody who may be likely to develop that, and households tend to have the same exposures, so we know there's a greater risk. So as you say, the advice is you self-isolate at home, your family self-isolate with you, and that's very clear.
You're asking if the Prime Minister knew. Look, the important thing is that everyone remains in the same place whilst they're locked down, which is exactly what happened in, I think, the case you're referring to with Mr. Cummings. So the Prime Minister will have known he was staying put and he didn't come out again until he was feeling better.
Children should not be left with older grandparents or older relatives who may be particularly vulnerable.